Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV. We just watched the lads draw 1-1 down at Portman Road against Ipswich Town today. What do you think of that? I mean, just so frustrating again.
I think I echo what many other fans were saying on Twitter. Probably the worst 45 minutes under Jack Ross. Probably the worst 60 minutes. After that, we showed a bit of fight. I thought. But the only bit of fight was when we scored the goal, then we had more opportunities as well. But I also thought towards the end we sat back again, which is not what we want to do if we're going to achieve promotion.
I mean, you would have thought like playing away from home today, they would have been a lot more relaxed, like they would have got down, played their stuff. But it was just completely the opposite, if not worse, compared to what we played against Oxford last week.
Yeah, it was like a repeat story. It was about the 15th minute, the 16th, 17th when we conceded. It was a little bit earlier last week, so this week kind of repeated what it was like last week.
I mean, just same defensive sloppy errors once again. I mean, when is Jack Ross going to get a stance on that and just cut these awful defensive errors out?
I think he might need a Q&A with the fans. Yeah. Maybe needs he needs to look at Twitter and see why he's going wrong.
It's not great on social media at the minute with the comments directed towards the manager.
No, but there are some sensible ones. I think he needs to maybe watch the 90 minutes back himself, and have a bit of. To show the video nasty, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, needs to be so much better down at Accrington. I mean, obviously it looks like he'll put out a completely different side to what he put out today, but against Portsmouth next week, if we play like that, we're simply getting beat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Portsmouth they strengthened well in the summer, and if they get in our faces in the first 5 minutes, then it could be a very long afternoon.
Wish you all the best, mate.
All right.
See you next Saturday.
So yes, we'll see you next Saturday.
Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV. We've just watched the lads draw 1-1 down at Ipswich Town today. I mean, another 1-1 draw. I mean, it's come to that stage where the fans are just simply sick of this scoreline, aren't they?
It's just an endless cycle of mediocrity. I think, before I was slightly in favour of like 60-40 in favour of Jack Ross, but now it's firmly 50-50. I know it's been said before, but the first half was probably the worst under Mr. Ross since we started, and only it got a little bit better in the second half, just a smidgen, only because he scored, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought a typical Sunderland performance at this moment in time. We start well, get the first goal, and then we simply sit back. But today it was just completely the opposite. I mean, Ipswich just dominated us for more or less the first hour of the game, and it took us. You ask yourself the question: why is it taking us till the 60th minute to wake up?
I don't know. Maybe it was the substitutions. Maybe it was the Chris Maguire factor. Just him being on the pitch.
He made a difference coming on, didn't
he? Just him being the force of his personality. To got us to that point. Obviously we could be like 3 or 4 nil down anyway by half time. We're that bad.
I mean, obviously we threw Will Grigg on towards the end to try and nick a goal, but we go back to what we were saying last week. I mean, if you bring strikers onto the pitch and you don't give them the service, they're not going to score the goals.
As simple as that, really. I've always saying Will Grigg needs to do more, but also everyone else needs to do better to get him the ball and return to the Will Grigg of the Wigan days. That might come in next game, although I'm not that very confident.
I mean, we could do with that next week against Pompey, couldn't we?
Yes. From the Sky cameras, it might galvanise us. Although players are used to being on TV anyway, so these days, so it's not like it'll be a major thing. Just rubbish.
I mean, it was today. I mean, bless him, we did well for the final half an hour, but overall the performance was disappointing. Anyway, wish you all the best for next week. We're going to need it against Pompey, aren't we?
See you for more the same. for more the same AFC.
Keep the faith. Jacob Kirkbride, SAFC Fan TV. Me and Nathan have just watched Sunderland draw 1-1 at Ipswich today. Nathan, so frustrated. I mean, it feels like when we see the score 1-1, we just want to smash our heads against the desk, don't we?
Well, exactly. It's a Jack Ross special. 1-1 again. We're absolutely fucking shite. There's no creativity. The defence is shocking. Jack Ross for me needs to go. He hasn't got his team organised. He hasn't got a game plan. I don't even know myself, and I'm a fan sitting in the crowd shouting the manager not to say it. For me, just shocking.
I mean, that first half performance is basically as bad as it gets at the moment. But like in Jack Ross's whole tenure as manager, that was probably the worst 45 minutes I've seen. I mean, I don't know what you think.
Definitely the worst 45 minutes. I don't even think we had a shot in the first 45 minutes. That's how fucking shite we were today. Absolutely diabolical. He should be gone, to be honest, in my opinion. He hasn't got 10 games anymore. I said he's got 10 games. He's got October. He hasn't got that anymore. He's got about 3 or 4 games to save his job.
I mean, Accrington on Tuesday, Portsmouth at home on the following Saturday. I mean, how much confidence are you having at the moment going into those two?
None factoring, because that's a cup game. We never know what to expect. In Portsmouth, I think they've won today. They were 1-0 last time I checked at half time. Don't know what the score was the full time, but
2-0 I think.
2-0, there you go.
No.
If they've won today, we're knackered, because there's no way playing like that we're going to beat Portsmouth. Not a fucking chance.
I mean, how many more games would you give him at the minute? I mean, a lot of people are saying Ross out at the minute. I'll still stand by, give him at least to the end of the season. But I think if the situation worsens up until Christmas, then it could be time for a change. But at the moment, there's just so much lack of confidence running through the fan base.
For me, he's had 60 plus games already last season. He didn't know his best 11 towards the end of last season, which for me proves a fucking point that he's not capable as manager. If it persists, the next 3 games is the last 3 games he's got for me. I did say he's got to October, which is around 10 games, but after saying those 2 performances at the start of the season, nothing's changed. I don't see any improvement. I don't even see an improvement from last week, to be honest, after this game. Maybe I've had a bit too much to drink today, but I say he's got 3 games left, and that's it.
I mean, also bless Gucci today. He got his goal. I mean, he's now our top goal scorer. I wouldn't think I'd say that. The person I'm giving the most stick at the minute is now currently our top goal scorer. But how comes it's taken him like till that period of the game to start playing?
I honestly don't know. I think it's exactly. There we go. That's your point. Sun and shite. That's what it is, man.
Keep the faith, boys.
Lyndon Gooch, man, he's one of them players for me who shouldn't be in the starting 11, but he is because we haven't got anybody else. He's a good squad player. He comes on at 1-1, which is ironically the scoreline we like to have now. But he just isn't good enough for the start.
I mean, that goal was all down to McNulty, wasn't it? Showing determination and effort to keep the ball in play and slide it to him.
McNulty's one of them players that you can't fault him. Even if he has a bad game and he doesn't score, he still gives 100% like he's done today. He hasn't had a bad game. He didn't score, like he says there, but he's given 100% today. He's had an assist there. He's brilliant.
Nathan, wish you all the best, mate.
Bye.
I mean, it's that time.